right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Blue Ball Podcast. It's episode number 26, and we have here with us Shelley Pocock. What would you be, the creator of Earth Gathering?
I am the founder and coordinator.
Cool. It's 15 years running, right?
Yes.
All right, so we are going to get into this. We're going to talk about a few things that are coming up around that same time and whatnot. So, I have to do this technical stuff as well sometimes. Just give me a second here. All right, so April 26th is the Earth Gathering. We're just going to go through some events, and then we're going to talk about more into it. Then there's also a 5K for PTSD that day, which is earlier in the morning. It's a registration at 9, and it starts at 10.
I think it's noon. Isn't it noon to 2? I think it's 2 hours.
Is it? Yeah, it might. Is it at that time?
Yeah.
There's also like a band.
Mm-hmm.
I think the band is that time after the race. The race starts at 10, and then the band.
Okay.
Or something like that. And then they're having the river cleanup.
Right.
Down there. And then that night I'm going to the Wish You Were Here concert, the Pink Floyd cover band in Columbus. Then the next day we have the grappling tournament in Lancaster, which is a submission grappling tournament. I said grappling. Submission grappling tournament that is MMA oriented. It's in a cage where they go a 3-minute round and 2 2-minute rounds. The first 2 rounds are submission only, and if it goes to the third round, you do points if it goes the distance. So, and it's like $10 to get in. It's 400 South Broad Street, Lancaster, Ohio, at Davis Youth Sports. And then that's all I have. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you
There are
have
a
some
few other
events?
things going on the
All
same
right.
day as Earth Gathering. 2 are affiliated with our event. The water cleanup is at 10, but at 9 there's a water walk, and that starts at the YMCA, and the 2 people in charge of that are Brad and Shelley, and they go to Africa. They have developed a water filtration device, a biosand filtration device, and they give that to the villagers in Africa to help, so they don't have to travel so far. Well, they do have to travel, and that's the idea of the water walk. They're going to have people carrying water, and it's sort of wrapping around our event or our setup. It's in the morning, and to show how far they have to walk with water on their head. They usually carry it, or in the back, to get fresh. Well, I don't even know if it's fresh, but so they're raising awareness about that. And then the fishing derby is that day too, at the Park Lake.
Uh-huh.
So there are quite a few things going on. I know prom is that night for CHS, so everyone's going to have a really hard time getting pictures in the park that day, I think. Especially if you wanted to use the sculpture for your background photo. But yes, so 9 o'clock is the water walk, 10 is the river cleanup, and they meet in the park annex. I thought that 12 o'clock was the post-traumatic stress disorder run.
I have a paper and I need to get it. I don't have it with me, but I think it starts at 10, the race, and then at noon is the band, and they're having beer and cooking out or something.
Yeah, and barbecue or something like
Yeah.
that. And it's over toward the shelter that's across from the city pool.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
nearby.
Everything's going to be right down
Right.
in there.
And then also YMCA that day is having their family fun day. So like I said, there are about 6 different things going on in the park that day. So just be aware of that. It'd be great.
It would be a good day.
Yeah.
To go out and
Especially
have
if
fun.
it's sunny. Like today.
Right.
without the
It was a
wind.
great day today. Um. So okay. So let's go over the Earth Gathering event itself.
Okay.
What? Okay. First, yeah. Let's talk about who's all going to be there,
Well,
or however you want to promote it.
uh, well, the festival was designed to promote earth-friendly art, music, food, products, and ideas. And so, and it was 15 years ago that I started it. That was the year 2000. um, and at that time, I was trying to raise awareness about global warming, but it has sort of morphed into an art festival because I wanted to try and get away from the political aspect of it. And when you're going for grants and things like that, you need to stay out of politics. So, so I went for community art festival, and and besides, we all know that global warming does exist, so we don't have to prove that anymore. Look at the weather. But we won't talk about that. We're gonna have artists, and what they do is they apply in March, and these are people who make jewelry and sculptures and wind chimes and pottery and things. Usually, it's functional art, um, note cards, things like that. So uh, they all of the artists who are involved in this festival, everyone who's involved in this festival, lives within a 100-mile radius of Chillicothe. That's always been the rule because I wanted to try and keep it local.
Like the vendors and everything.
Right. Their people aren't coming from South Dakota, because it lowers the carbon footprint of the festival.
Right.
So, and it's a small, quaint little festival, but people really like it. It brings earth-minded people down, people who care about the future of the planet. Even though it's not a political event, you know, it attracts those people. And even if it rains, we have the diehards that come down and buy their hats. You see my nice hat?
Uh-huh.
One of the vendors made that, and jewelry. Peace sign.
Sweet.
Dichroic.
I can zoom in on that.
Oh, great.
Maybe. I don't know.
My chest.
No. Well, the the microphone's right in the way, I think.
Well, there. Dichroic jewelry, silver jewelry, wind chimes.
There you go.
This
Move the
be some
microphone a little
glass.
bit.
Some glass jewelry. See that? Do you see
Mhm.
that? Honey, soaps, natural care products, useful things.
Right.
Some people might have plants. I don't have. The farmer's market isn't there this year.
I liked the art the most.
Yeah. And also this is a Chillicothe Art League event. I neglected to say that. It wasn't when I started it, but the Chillicothe Art League absorbed the event.
Hold on. Somebody bid $1 trillion of Bitcoin for both of those.
Both of those
Both
necklaces?
of those items that you just showed.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so we have live music all day long from 12 to 7. And this year I brought in some new folks. I do try to do that every year.
Like new bands?
Yeah, to rotate people in and out. I go around and listen to people, usually in the area. Usually in the summertime is when I'm out listening. And then I take note of who I think sounds great. And so,
invite them to the festival.
Yes. So we've had a lot of great musicians. Gypsy Jug Band, Stacy Skaggs, Jimmy Fleming. Well, anyway, this year, Zach Allen, this is his first time doing any festival, I think, but he's very talented. He's just a single guitar player, but he uses a loop, so it's a full sound, and he's very talented. And then Zach McFadden, as some people may know who he is. He's from out Bainbridge Way, I think. Bourneville, maybe. Bainbridge. Uh, and he's also been playing quite a while, but this is his first Earth Gathering, and he's playing by himself. And Tom Edwards is also playing. He has an accompanying a drummer, a box drummer, Corey. Can't remember his last name. No, is it Corey? I don't know. He has someone playing with him.
It's Corey. Might be Corey.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Sorry, but he plays very good drum, and a guy and a girl, which is Danny Sutherland and Brandon Fox of the Gypsy Jug Band, doing a duet at 3. And then at 4, the Greater Goods, which is Ashley Good and Amber Good and the entire band. They just played Friday night at Bub's. And special this year, just for the event, Schoolie Station, that's Rich Lewis, and 3 others, including Ashley Good. They were around, I guess it was about 10 years ago, maybe. They split up right before I was going to ask them to play. So, and then Rich started the Lewis Brothers shortly after that. So, or he started playing with his brother. So this is a reuniting, or reunion, and someone's flying in from the East Coast just to do this. So, and then last but not least, Andy Shaw Band. And they play around town. I'm sure you've seen them. They play reggae.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, they play reggae music.
I like them.
It's a family band, father, 2 sons, and 2 others. And then they'll be playing later on that night at Bub's, which we all encourage you to go to that encore performance if you're not going to the Pink Floyd cover band concert at the Newport.
Yeah. If you're not doing that, stay in town. I'm spreading the carbon footprint.
Columbus isn't too bad. That's not too. I wouldn't. Some of the artists are coming. Come from Columbus. Usually have at least one musician from Columbus. Sometimes from Athens.
Yeah, it's just an hour.
Yeah.
Columbus.
They don't get paid much, so a lot of these people are doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, but they do get something. So
you just one day, what made you decide that you were going to try to start this festival?
Well, there were a couple of different reasons. I was feeling a need to get out a message, and I knew a lot of musicians at the time, and so we had, I had friends that were willing to go up and play. And I was an artist. I still am. So I know a lot of artists who would like to sell their things. And I had been to Columbus Community Festival and thought that was a great event. And I thought, well, maybe we can do something on a very smaller scale, maybe less political, maybe a little less political here. And I was really starting to get upset about seeing so many things made in China sold at other festivals, and that was one thing that ComFest did. They had all of their vendors, all of the stuff that was being sold was handmade at that time. I think it's changed a little, but so there are rules about what can be sold at this event. Everything it's not manufactured. It's not made in China. It has to be made by the artist selling the artwork, and so that's an earth-friendly idea.
Right. So it's not like a yard sale.
Right, or a flea market.
Right.
It's not a flea market festival. So I was getting discouraged by other flea market festivals who shall remain nameless. And that inspired me to.
I'm just gonna grab a water.
Okay, inspired me to. I should have
grabbed it before.
To bring in artists and musicians that I knew, and then it just grew over the years. It grew, and actually, it's grown and gotten smaller. The weather has been a real issue these past maybe 5, 6 years.
For the festival, like rain
Yes.
or
Yes.
wind.
Right. And sleet and snow one year.
Really?
2007 was bad. Uh, yeah, every year the wind is becoming more and more of an issue. And the event is usually the third Saturday in April, which is the closest Saturday day to Earth Day. It's not an Earth Day festival; it's an art festival with an Earth Day theme. So, and Earth Day falls on April 22nd every year. I don't know if anybody knows that or not, but
April 22nd.
yeah, that's Earth Day. So I can't have it on April 22nd every year. So I picked the third Saturday, but this year, Easter falls on the third Sunday. And sometimes out of the past 5 years, I've had to have it on a Sunday 2 or 3 of those years because of weather. That's the backup day, Sunday. So I didn't want to chance having it fall on Easter if we had weather situations. So
Right.
so just to be safe, I pushed it to the 26th, which hopefully will mean that it will be really warm at the end of this month.
How many times have you had to reschedule?
I know I had to do it 2 years in a row. The first year that I did it, I didn't have a backup plan. That was when I learned that lesson, have a backup plan. I think that was 2007 when we had the sleeting, rain, snow.
Right, and you hadn't planned to have a backup date
Right.
for what?
So, but I was able to have it the following week, but I decided that was too far away. Need to have the stages up the following day. The tents are up, so it's cheaper to just have it the following day. So that is why it's the 26th this year, and I hope everyone gets the word and gets the word out. Well, I mean, if you show up on the 19th expecting it to be there, hopefully you'll come back the following Saturday. We'll probably have a sign down there.
Whoa, crap.
But we want to make sure that this festival really needs to have a good turnout, because the vendors have been affected somewhat by the vendor amounts, the application amounts have been affected by the past few years of cold weather.
Really?
Yes, I only have 25 booths this year. It's plenty.
So
Still
that's
gonna
the
be a nice
opposite
festival.
of global warming.
It's climate change.
Right, that just happens. that
Climate
always
change.
happens, right?
It does, but it does happen. It does always happen. But you really want to talk about this, don't you?
Yeah.
It is a cyclical thing, but we are contributing to it on top of the cyclical happening. I mean, I can't spout out facts to you about temperatures and stuff like that, but climate change is more than just it's cold outside or it's warm outside. It changes the weather.
Doesn't it like shift through patterns around the earth?
It's
Like you know what I mean? Like ice comes down further sometimes, and sometimes it's further north.
but the ice is receding right now.
Yeah, big
And-
time at a high
yeah.
rate.
Right.
I don't have
And-
facts to back it up, but I
Right.
know.
It's warmer than usual in the Arctic, in the poles, and that's what's contributing. I mean,
What do you
and
think's
then
the
we're
biggest
getting the brunt of the weather systems are changing because of it.
What do you think's the biggest factor? Cow farts.
Sprint cars. I'm just kidding, Lee. No, I think one of the biggest factors probably in the history is volcanic eruptions, but that's what puts out the most,
Global warming.
yeah, puts out the most carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So we just have to hope
Which
that-
leads to it? Is that carbon dioxide leads to global warming? I don't know. I'm asking you.
Really?
Does it? I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Well,
does.
It can. Yes.
Like our
Not. Oh
air
no.
is more.
No. It's yeah. I didn't know I was going to be quizzed on carbon.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not quizzing you. I'm sorry. I thought you knew about it.
No, I do. I do. The molecules attach and if something falls off, that's what creates the hole in the ozone. But it's it is there is methane is involved in that too. So
So like the sea levels are rising, right, from all the ice melting.
yeah, yes, it is, and hopefully the thermal haline conveyor will not stop because of that's the current that runs around the world. Um, that's the one that people are worried about, but we don't want to scare people with stuff. It's a fun festival, right? We're
Oh,
going to
yeah, Earth gathering. Yeah, we were just talking about other stuff though. No.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So what you have to do small things. So that's what Earth Gathering's about is teaching. You can buy products that are earth friendly. You can buy locally. That's a huge thing. Um, and support local establishments,
Local artists.
everything, local, the farmers market, um, local food, local bars, local. If you put the money back into the local economy, everybody's better off.
So you don't like Walmart?
Oh, really?
I don't either.
No, I haven't. I don't shop there.
No. I try not to. I'm guilty of it, but I've been doing good lately. I've cut back big time.
Yeah, they probably
And
don't like us talking about that.
what are they gonna do? There's a lot of people that don't like Walmart. They're not gonna do anything.
Yeah, they actually called me and wanted to be involved in the festival few years ago, and that's one of the other rules about the festival is you can't be a corporation. You have to be a nonprofit organization, and the nonprofit organizations involved this year are the Foothill Folk Society. Everybody knows about them, right? They collect food, give it to the food bank. They teach, they buy instruments, and give young students free lessons and give them instruments to use. They'll be set up at the festival doing that very thing.
Giving like free music lessons
Yeah,
and stuff.
just
Awesome.
many lessons. To
Sweet.
give an idea of what they do.
What kind of instruments? Like guitars or
Yes,
drums
guitars and
or all of like a variety?
drums. Yes, I'm not sure what. I know guitars and maybe banjos.
Cool.
And so they'll have a double booth set up there for information and their lessons. And the Chillicothe Art League, of course, is involved because we host the event. And so we have a double booth by the stage where we will sell CDs. If the bands have CDs to sell, we will sell them at that booth for them. And we have a guitar that BBB Music donated to raffle off. I think it'll be $2 a ticket, something like that. And we usually have a gift basket. And I think the Convention and Visitors Bureau donates 2 tickets to Tecumseh Outdoor Drama.
Cool.
So we have 3 different drawings that you can come up to next to the stage and enter those drawings.
For free? Or do they cost to
one
enter?
of them is free. The Tecumseh tickets are free.
And that's like probably $25 for 2 tickets out there
I'm
at
not
least.
sure.
Maybe
I went
30 or
3 years
40. It might be $20 a ticket to go see that.
Yeah, it's worth it just to go down and do that. But I mean, the music that is playing is really good music. I've checked all these people out. A couple of them have played before. Andy Shaw Band they've played a couple of times, but not for a few years.
Right.
And okay, back to organizations. Goodwill Industries, of course, they recycle almost everything because people bringing in, items, and they're reselling them to the public. That's an earth-friendly idea. Reuse, reduce, recycle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see, what is the other organization? Oh, Hopewell. Hopewell, National Historic Park. Hopewell.
Uh-huh.
They will be there
Was
again.
that an Indian tribe? A Native American Hopewell
It's an
Indian?
ancient. They were 2,000 years old. They didn't have written language. But
Is that what that is out on
yeah, the mounds.
on 104?
Yes, that's Hopewell, near the prison.
They're like a 2,000-year-old society,
Right.
or tribe, or
Yes,
something.
and they resided here for some reason.
Really? I didn't know
Yes.
it was that old. What?
Yes, it's
Crap.
prehistoric.
I can't believe I didn't even know about that. I knew those mounds were there, but I didn't know how. Like, did they
Yeah,
have any
that's
pyramids?
No, they weren't that developed.
Just have. What are the mounds? Do you think? Is it for like
There are
burial,
different theories
or are they
on
for
that.
energy?
There are different theories on that, but some of them are for burial. But I think the latest theory is that people came to trade. That's why because they have things that are only available from overseas. Different stones, and like the mica hand. That's volcanic. Glass.
Uh-huh.
So they're only available in certain areas. So people came here to trade.
Is
and
that what
meet.
they're digging for all the time out there?
Yes.
In those fields?
Yes.
Oh.
Artifacts.
Wow. I had no idea it was
And bones, I'm sure.
that ancient right in there.
It's actually, there's some around where you live, too, out here.
Really?
Yes.
Somewhat.
Some
Mounds?
earthworks. Yeah. They call them earthworks. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where at? Like on Veterans?
When we go to the creek. Yes. I don't know if anyone knows where that is. Anderson Station Road. You take it all the way to the end. And then if you, instead of going left,
right
you
down.
go right. There's a little park there. That's one of them.
Okay.
But they find stuff all the time around the creek bed. Yeah.
Have you ever gone arrowhead hunting
No.
or looking for them?
No, I haven't. No.
I've found, I think I found 2 in my life. Arrowheads. But I don't know how old those things date back.
It depends on how they're made.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Sorry. I'm distracting you.
So Chillicothe the Art League, Foothill Folk Society,
Hopewell.
Hopewell. And they usually have games for kids and different like ways to make a sundial. Really interesting educational games. Let's see. Good. I'm missing one. I'm forgetting one. Can you pull up the poster on the website?
Yes, I can pull it up.
Why can't I remember? Because I'm on the air. That's why. Here's a coffee mug from one of the vendors.
Is there? Hold on, just a second.
Oh.
I wasn't. Yeah. Well, you can hold it up. Let me. I can get it right on there. One of the vendors made that. Let's see it.
Right.
Let's see it again.
Terry Vance. She comes every year. I think she's been to every one of them. She does really well.
So she spins
She's
it
from
on a wheel.
Hillsborough. Yeah, Hillsborough area and fires. But she has a lot of great stuff and new designs this year. People, they're really nice. This is an organization that's selling. Now they work with people who have disabilities, and they teach them how to be productive people in society. They're teaching them how to use their art to sell and make money off of their things. And they have some really great stuff. I think the giraffe is just great. Um, but they were here last year. If anyone was there, you might remember them. They were next to the Art League booth. They probably won't be this year, but the lady that makes this hat also does shirts. It's my tree shirt. I don't know if you can see it. I bought it for Zumba.
Oh, sweet. Yes. Let me make sure that we have you on that. Yeah.
Tree shirt.
The mic's kind of in the
Mike
way.
Oak, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, hold it right there.
Right there?
Yeah. A little
Silk's
to
great.
the.
She designed it.
Yeah.
These
It
shirts
it's real bright, like it's glowing
yeah,
almost.
Well, and these shirts are American Apparel. So are these. So even the shirts are made in USA.
Right. We ain't
That's
messing
great.
around.
Yeah. Honey. That's one of the favorites.
Oh yeah, we bought honey last year down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Honey Run Farm, they're from Williamsport, Ohio. And they do lavender infused honey and lemon infused honey, and also have the summer and the fall honey, and it's great. We use it all the time. We buy large amounts of it and use it we make our own salad dressing and marinades and you put it on the chicken. What's it called when you do that?
Marinate.
You brush it on. It's a glaze. A glaze.
Yeah. I was thinking like what? I had no idea. I don't know what I was thinking.
And yes, and honey. It is pretty local honey. Williamsport is not far from here, and so if you have allergies, it helps with that to
Right, because
get the pollen inside your body.
Because you want to do the local
Right.
honey because it has some of those pollens in it, I
Right.
guess. So
It
you get
makes
small
your
amounts.
body,
I guess.
immune. Exactly. And this is a piece. I don't know if you can you see that piece of glass?
Hold on just a second.
This is a glass pendant,
There you-
similar to one that's going to be, or to an
Hold
artist.
it there for a second still. All right.
I like this one because it reminds me of the earth. But
The little glass. Let me see that.
yeah, it actually has a sea like feel to it too. But
We'll
earth
see if
and
it-
sea. Did you pull up that poster?
Mhm. There you go.
Did you see the other organization?
Let me see here. Let me go back to it.
Wait.
The support. Oh, wait, which one are we looking at? Organizations. I might not have the one that you need. Wait, raffle drawing. Oh, yeah. I got you. The Goodwill Industries Chillicothe Restoration Foundation.
Oh yeah, Chillicothe Restoration Foundation. They, of course, obviously want to save many old buildings that are in the historic district. They're involved in the Carlisle building, and so they're doing their best to try and save that from being. Well, it's going to be saved. So
Is it? I
they
saw that they were
succeeded.
doing some
Yeah,
kind of work
Adina.
in there.
Yes, Adina is going to be
Well,
using it.
the last I heard that it was getting torn down and a parking garage was going down there. That was what I heard, but that's been a while.
Okay, yeah. Adina
the-
Health System is going to be having some offices out of that building now.
Cool.
And I think they're going to have maybe some higher end apartments.
Which how old is that building?
I have no idea. But that's why you go down to the Earth Gathering and talk to the Chillicothe Restoration Foundation, because they know everything about all the old buildings. And they know about who stayed in them and what they did in those buildings.
Yeah, there were some Civil War things going on in those buildings, right? Like the Majestic Theater was like a hospital for
Well,
wounded or a death place,
yeah,
like a stored dead bodies, right? Is that
right.
what it
That's
was?
what Blood Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I refer to that as rape alley sometimes too,
Oh.
because it just looks a little. It's a creepy looking alley as you go down there.
Oh, okay. Happy thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. Keeping happy, earth friendly.
So, do you have the? Can you pull up the poster that? Are you there?
Let me pull it back up. Okay, hold on just a second. I'll put it up there for you, maybe.
I think we have 7 jewelers this year. One does the
No,
dichroic
I can't.
glass, which is really cool. It's metal, or it's looks like foil inside glass. Silver. That's my peace sign. I can't. I don't know if you can see it. The silver. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's. I can't read it, but oh, thank you. See, I almost forgot to mention David Mead Massey Trust. They gave us a grant for $800 to help us have this festival. They've been really supportive over the past 15 years, on and off, of course, because people have to take turns getting their grants. But and BBB Music Center. I'm trying to mention the. Is that? Can people see that?
Well, I have a little thing. I don't know how much they can zoom in.
Okay. Well,
they can't
Mark
see.
Bush is doing sound. A lot of people know him, or know him. He's a great sound person. And Paul Pollard is he puts up the stage for us, and gives us a little discount on that. And Betsy and Ramey Pearson and Dart Hunter Studios, Benjamin Butt, my mom, Barbara Pocock, Tom Thomas. He teaches at OUC, I believe. Margaret Hill Daniels, Elizabeth Swartz, Joe and Judy Bennett, Bub's Time Out Sports Bar, Chillicothe Academy of Mixed Martial Arts, also a donor, the Dock at Water, Foothill Folk Society, Connie and Paul Meyer, Preferred Staffing of Ohio, PVG Artisans, that's on 2nd Street, that's where Foothill Folk Society has their headquarters, Rivers Bend Bicycle Shop, Jamie Sharp, the Sibrel family, Totem Supply, also on 2nd Street, new, really great store, Taylor's Salon and Day Spa, Charlie and Jamie Esselgrowth, Radiant Wellness Center, that's Mark Pitstick, and Noble and Fumi Yoshida, and Sports Plus, and Stevens Disposal. But we are still taking donations if you want to be added to that list. Facebook.com/Chillicothe Art League, and then I have the event page pinned to the top of that page. Ooh.
All right.
So those are the sponsors, and now I've taken time to mention those, so I feel better because it doesn't happen without that extra money.
Right, and especially Chillicothe Academy of Mixed Martial Arts.
Oh, especially
If you want to go there and get in shape, learn how to fight, do some Zumba, maybe. Shelley could help you with that as well. Or I could help you with some fighting techniques, maybe. So that would be definitely a place you want to go. 68 North Payne Street.
And now you know how we know each other.
8564 MMA.
It's a great little studio, especially for Zumba, because it's, I can't believe I'm cross doing this, but the black lights, and disco balls, not balls, disco lights. It's a black light Zumba. Doesn't happen.
Oh,
very
yeah,
often.
I'm sorry. I told you I wouldn't make you cross-reference.
Yes.
Or cross... okay, no Zumba talk. That's something
Okay,
some other
let's
time,
do
I
that
guess.
another time.
It's an art.
It is. That's what I've been doing for my art lately. I haven't. Well, I did a piece that's in the Chillicothe Art League show is on in display at the Pump House during the event. That's the last day you can catch that show, and it's a great show. I have a piece in it. That doesn't mean that's not what makes it great. But there's nudity in my piece. But
You have nudity in a lot of your pieces.
I do. I like the female figure. It's a lot nicer or better, I think, to draw than the male. Just my opinion. I think I'm not the only person that thinks that. There've been a lot of nudes in history, art history.
You had that one sweet picture that you was. I don't know if you drew. Do you do drawings?
Yeah, I draw her in my tub. Yes.
But at that Zumba, the party and pink Zumba thing. And, I'm not trying to cross reference, but anyways, the auction thing they had for it. I
Yeah.
wanted it, and somebody outbid me. I thought I
Yes.
had it, and then bam.
Yeah, and that was just a sketch that I did. It was a live sketch. The Art League, I don't know if we still do anymore, but we used to have nude figure drawing sessions. Not a class. We're not teaching anything, but we offer the female, the female model to draw for 3 hours for a small fee. We were just offering that for the artists at OUC. We did it in the art room there. But I think that one was from. No, that one was from one of the drawing classes up at OUC. But I'm not sure we do it anymore because Jack Sullivan moved away and he was in charge of that. Oh, I think Bev Riley is still in charge of that. Yes.
Oh, so they still have it going on.
Yes, but she took I think we were breaking because of the weather in the winter. Because the model comes from someplace else. It's a lot of travel. I think Dayton.
Is that piece over there from one of the artists at the festival that...
This piece, oh yeah. This
Let
is
me cut over there.
What,
No, you're good. You're good. Just you can hold it up there.
This is a metal and ceramic.
A little bit in this way.
Metal and
Or like right here.
right here.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
And
I
it
can see the top
moves.
of it.
It's kinetic. That's what kinetic means,
Oh, sweet.
right? It's a little dusty, but I bought this last year.
Nobody would have known if you didn't tell him.
Yeah, that's true.
That is pretty sweet, though.
She lives in Greenfield, and her name is Sherry Swim, and she makes these ceramic pieces as well. She fires, clay, and makes all the ceramic pieces. This has a dragonfly on it. I think it has it on the back anyway.
Yeah, it's carved in there.
And she does a lot of garden art. This is for inside, I think. I mean, I have it on my mantle. And it's affordable. It's handmade. And she won Best of Show last year. The judge gave her the Best of Show. So she had the nicest, or she got a ribbon. She got her entry fee covered for this year. And of course, she did a lot of sales, so you should come down and check this stuff out.
Yeah, definitely go down there, people. April
good
26th,
stuff.
the Earth Gathering. We'll shout out the date again in case people have
Yes.
tuned in later. April 26th,
11 to 7.
11 to 7 at the Pump House Gallery and Lawn, right? I'll let you
Yes,
say it.
it's inside and out. It's on the lawn of the pump house, and inside too. So
Inside's where the art is.
and we have there are a couple of things going on inside too. We have 2 drum circles, 10-minute drum circles. One at 4:45.
And so they sit in a circle and play drums for 10 minutes.
Right.
What's that drum called? A
Djembe.
djembe?
Not all of them are djembes that they're playing, but yeah.
What's it? What's the difference? What's a bongo
I
and a
think it's-
djembe? A bongo goes like this.
No, conga, you mean?
I don't know.
A conga is shaped like this,
Okay.
and it has, I think, it produces just one sound, so that's why you need 3 congas to make but you can get different sounds off of one djembe because it's shaped like this, and it's wide, usually wider. You can use the outside and the inside for different, for higher pitched sounds, or the vase is in the middle if you hit the middle.
Right.
But
Yeah, like the large one that you have has a
right,
good bass.
right,
Can feel it almost.
yep.
So
And
deep.
that's one of the goals, I think, of drumming is to get a vibration going, or I think it is for people who drum.
And you feel it.
Yeah, you feel a vibration, or even sometimes a levitation experience. It's a meditating, it's a meditation. It's a it's a powerful thing. People really should go inside and the acoustics in the pump house are great. So I think it's going to be a really nice experience. You can go upstairs and watch overhead, because there's an upstairs that you can hang over not hang over the balcony, but you can line up against the wall and watch from above. The Foothill Folk Society, Teresa James is heading that up. And I'm pretty sure, I thought they were going to do one women's and one men's, but I'm not sure. They were doing a women's drum circle for the past couple years where they met on 2nd Street. But I'm not sure what's going on with that. So,
Oh, like a separate.
yeah. Because they're having two, and they used to have a women's drum circle that would meet. So I'm not sure.
I saw some girls playing instruments out there on 2nd Street the other day, around the corner, by the media place.
Yeah, I'm sure that was probably.
They had a cello.
Yeah, that was the Ready Betties. That's Courtney and Nicole and Carrie. They've played Earth Gathering before.
They sounded good. They were just playing
Yeah.
when they were having that 5K or whatever Saturday. They were playing out there when the bands were down that way. But I parked and I walked by them, and yeah, they sounded really
you
good.
know Courtney, right? She
Yeah.
owns Totem.
Courtney Lewis.
Yes.
She was a guest on the podcast.
Right. She's Nicole, I think, I can't remember her name. Musgrove, yeah. Nicole Musgrove is Goldie Gunlock, and the Ready Betties, that's the name of the band. That I don't know. I think they don't play too often, but they do play. And Carrie Owen. And am I forgetting someone? There are only 3 of them, right?
So, Courtney Lewis has that Paper City Company, the T-shirt
Right.
thing. Had you ever gone to any of those places, the logos or whatever, like Johnny's Chicken or
Skateaway. My
Skateaway.
parents met at the Skateaway. If it
Where they
weren't for the
make,
Skateaway, I might not be here.
In case anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, they take retro, like businesses that are out of businesses, old retro, and put
Old school.
use their logos and bringing back memories. I guess it's pretty cool.
Big Bear.
Yeah, there was a hearts.
Hearts.
But some of the places I didn't know. I had no idea what Johnny's Chicken was.
Yeah,
Like, I
well,
wasn't from
Skateaway is
around here.
one of my favorites, but because I frequented Skateaway.
Does that keep
Yes.
tilting on you?
Yes, it's all right. Yes, I was a skating maniac.
Were you?
Yes, and I played foosball, so still do when I can.
Foosball?
Yes. But yeah, the Skateaway is where I grew up, basically.
I did. Yeah, I liked going to the skate thing, skating rink. I grew up in a small town, like probably smaller than Chillicothe, so that was
Oh, that's small.
yeah, that was all we had probably. Let's go to the skating
Right,
rink.
that is what we had, and I continued to go, even when I was older. I still have I have skates right now.
Dude,
The men's racing skates.
I converted to rollerblades, and then when I tried to do skates again,
Ooh.
oh, it was so hard. It's so weird. This is completely different motion. Like rollerblades, you have to kind of push.
Right, yeah.
Skates, you can just
I can't
lean.
do the singles. I can't ice skate either, so.
I've never tried to ice skate. I don't know how that is.
If you want to keep your body from broken bones, you stay off the ice.
Well, I used to get pretty extreme on rollerblades. I wouldn't just be out for a cruise. I would be jumping trash cans and spinning around, landing backwards, and getting a little crazy. I'm probably paying for it now, feeling it, but
Oh,
Um,
I'm trying to think what. Okay, 15th year, vendors, organizations, music. We talked about before. We talked about after.
this is an art festival. No dogs
Yes, no dogs,
inside the
please.
festival area.
We used to allow dogs, but for liability issues and because certain people have not cleaned up after their pet, and when it's nice out, people are walking around barefoot, you know,
Are,
barefoot and bubbles. So it's not a good idea to have pets down there, and you
Right.
have to have them outside the circle. When I say the circle, just you can have
the
'em
area
out,
right
yeah,
there.
outside the vendor area,
Right. Um,
and no alcohol or drugs. That goes without saying, but I've just said it.
right. But you just said it. We were like, we were trying to figure this out last year, and
Right.
we were talking. It said something about drums or whatever, and we're picturing hippies. And then I started saying stuff about hippies, and then I was like, I thought, is hippie like kind of a racial term of referring? Do people not like to be referred to as hippies, or some people? It's like their way.
I think it depends on who you are. Because I know hippies call themselves hippies, so
Okay. So like if somebody else said, "My friend's a hippie," to they wouldn't be offended by that. You wouldn't think. I don't
I
know.
think it depends on how you say
I
it.
don't know if I'm in it. Right. Oh, right, right. I got you. But then I recently learned about Bohemian as well.
Like
It's more of what
boho.
I don't know. Like
Boho.
what was that? The oil, patchouli,
Oh,
patchouli.
patchouli. Oh,
I just
that's
learned
just
about
a
that.
scent that hippies like to wear. Some, but not everyone, because it's strong. But and I'm not sure why. I think they just don't want to buy commercial perfumes, so they like to.
But they
And
want some kind of a scent.
there will be some. It's scented oils. That's what it is, and it's natural. So, and I'm sure there will be some scented oils for sale at the Earth Gathering Festival.
Oh,
I
but
know.
oh, go ahead, go ahead. Sorry, I did
It's
not
all
mean
right,
to
no.
interrupt you. Oh, I was just gonna say, but I actually, when I went to the Earth Gathering, I saw what it was. It wasn't as much like, it wasn't what we were
You thought it
thinking
was
it
gonna
was
be
gonna be.
Woodstock, right? I think that's
I
why
don't
some
know.
people
I
don't
really
come
don't
down.
know, but it was great. I loved it. I had a good time.
The great thing about Earth Gathering that I keep hearing over and over every year, not every year, but is it's the diversity. There's so much diversity in in race, in age. What else can you be diverse in? I don't know. Just there are people of all walks of life.
Right.
There, it's a free event, so it is a community
I
event.
guess
but
diverse cultures.
yeah,
Would that be
yeah.
one of them? Maybe I don't
Speaking
know.
of which, Alibaba's is
Yes,
kind of beat there.
I have to hear about this because we were like reading it off last year as well, and we're like Alibaba's. They were there last year, right?
And he's coming back.
So it's a Greek.
God willing.
What is it?
He always says that.
What's Alibaba's?
Alibaba's is his name's Nisar, and he and his wife, they've lived in Athens for probably 25 or 30 years. They're a fixture in that community. They sell to the students down on Court Street. And he has a farm. He raises goats, and he has vegetables, and but anyway, he has really good. It's Mediterranean food. So the thing that we like the most is the lamb. He has a actual lamb, or you call it a rack, a spit. Of
And
lamb.
they carve off of
Yes.
it. Like,
So
do they make
it's-
gyros or something?
Yes, lamb gyros.
Yeah.
He also does goat kebabs,
Oh, with vegetables
Yes.
okay.
and he all the veg, and it's good, priced well. I think it's like $5 for a sandwich, something like that, and it's got fresh, tomatoes and onions, tzatziki sauce.
Yeah, I
Right, he
think we were
makes it
trying
himself.
to pronounce some of that last year.
Tzatziki. He has fattoush salads. Don't ask me what that is. Couscous. Um, falafel.
Could I see one of those? Is that the flyer?
This is no. This is the program from last year. Incidentally, we're not having a program this year, but I am going to print one or do one banner at the festival so people can see uh, the uh, the festival layout, the map, and it also directs people downtown. If you don't like Middle Eastern food or Mediterranean food, by all means, go support one of the places that are supporting our event. The Dock, Bubs, hopefully some more after tonight.
Right. Hopefully. um. Right. So then it's
And
those
also,
two. You're going to go to those two places,
for
people.
right
If you're going
now-
to go out of
for
town,
right
you're going to
now,
those two places.
And there have been more in the past. Still waiting to
Yeah,
hear back
it's
from
still
some people,
time.
but yeah, it's never too late to donate money. You can do it the day of if you want.
Right. Support it, and like, and and you can be supporting the next event as well.
Right, exactly. A lot of the funds from this event are from last year's event. They carried over, but I had a feeling I was going to need them, and I was right. Let's see. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? The kids' art area. That's important. That's from 11 to 3 only. And it's near the basketball courts. All day on the basketball courts there's chalk drawing. So the kids from the National Art Honor Society from CHS are going to be helping us out with that. And we'll have some craft items, I guess, rain sticks that you decorate, and Folgers drums that you decorate, and what else? CD mobiles, they catch the light. And I thought about bringing them, but I didn't. What else? Oh, refrigerator magnets made from bottle caps onto CDs. So it's all of the projects are made from recycled materials. Oh, and origami. They're doing origami this year. So
I tried origami one time. I got this whole kit with a book.
Oh, really?
I'm like,
Yeah.
try to relieve my stress with this. I'm going to fold paper and make beautiful things. I've never been so stressed out in my life trying to make something. I'm just like, it's origami. Ugh.
Yeah, I think it's probably more fun if you're watching someone and folding it the way they are folding it.
Right, yeah.
Instead of trying to look at a book. I'm that way too. I like to learn by watching.
I've done that
doing.
with grappling a lot. Like, I've had books and I had a pretty decent idea. I thought of it, and then I got a video that kind of went with that book or had the same moves. And then by seeing that video, I'm just like, boom, the light bulb goes off, and you see the whole fluid motion of it.
Right. It's how we learn. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Let's see. Inside the pump house, Bev Britton is going to be doing a Zumba demonstration at 3:45.
Oh, sweet.
15-minute Zumba demonstration. We've had belly dancing in the past, and yoga and poetry. We're just changing it up a little bit this year. We're going to do 2 drum circles and some Zumba, and the husband and wife team that do the biosand filtration, they're going to come and talk and explain their filtration device inside. Now, these are between the bands, so it's only 15-minute increments while the bands are setting up, so you won't miss anything.
Cool. So it's like, It's a little thing to carry you through. You got time to
just go inside the pump
entertained.
house for a sec and check out what's going on in the gallery. And also in the gallery, see if I can remember the name. I think it's Chillicothe Garden Club. Chillicothe Garden Club. They're going to do a display of flowers that coincide with selected pieces of artwork. So they pick maybe 8, I think it's 8 or 10 maybe, pieces that they like in the show that they want to do a corresponding floral arrangement or plant arrangement. So those will be on display inside the gallery too.
Cool.
So the kids art area, we may have a professional face painter. She was there last year. So if you were there last year and you had your face painted, she does a great job. She may be inside that. It depends on funds. So send your money.
Right. We need help.
I'm still waiting on one grant from one organization that helps pay for the stage. So if I get that grant, then that's going to open up some funds to do the face painting and stuff like that. So, but right now, it's looking like that might happen. So right near the basketball courts, there's a smaller, or a tent. It's not a small tent. It's like 30 by 40, or no, sorry, 20 by. It's a medium-sized tent that the kids can make their projects in, and then do some chalk drawing. But that is only from 11 to 3. So if you have kids, you got to make sure you get there early. Plus, sometimes the supplies might run out.
Right. That's a definite reason to get there early.
Yeah. Live music starts at noon, but the festival starts at 11. Mm-hmm. I think I have 7 jewelers.
There's more than just that one food vendor, isn't there?
No. That's
just
it.
Alibaba.
I
thought there was one other
no.
or something. Maybe
there's
last year.
a coffee vendor, Tom Johnson, who sells at the farmer's market every year.
Oh, yeah?
Does
he grow his own beans?
He roasts his own beans, yes. He does his own. I don't think he grows
Are we not in a climate probably to
No,
grow coffee beans?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think either.
We have to be in a warm.
So he's buying and then
he's
roasting.
putting the
however.
flavor and roasting in his own blends. Or
Okay, cool.
see, it's Two Roasting Joe's is the name of his company, and he will, if it's cold, he'll have coffee, and I'm sure he'll have coffee anyway in the morning when we're setting up.
Oh yeah.
But if it's warm, which that's what we're hoping for, he will have coffee smoothies too. So that'll be nice.
Yeah.
He has those at the market. So
And
if
you
you've
can
ever
get-
gotten it at the farmer's market, then you'll know what I'm talking about.
You can come get some there at the Earth Gathering.
But
And
yeah,
then-
we only have one food vendor, mostly because it's a small event. We only really need one, and the electricity is we only have enough electricity to supply one food vendor and supply the sound and all that stuff.
Right.
One year we had a solar trailer that supplied that
Oh,
from
sweet.
Athens. Yeah. Well, actually 2 years we did that.
Yeah, which goes with the going
Yes.
green stuff
But,
or whatever.
you know, it costs money to bring things like that in. So we just do special things every so often. We have, I think our special thing this year is Schoolie Station, the band.
The band?
Yeah, because that's totally worth seeing.
So-
And they have a huge following, too.
How do you spell that? SCHOO?
Well, did you know there's a road called Schoolie Station Road here in town?
I
or
think I've
outside near Three Locks, I think, or maybe.
Yeah, I've seen it somewhere.
Rich Lewis, that's all you have to say, and you know that it's a good band.
Some people could probably go. I'm thinking they could go on YouTube or something and
I
find.
don't know. I really don't know.
That's why I was trying to get the name.
SCHOOLEY.
Schoolie
Station.
Station. Schoolie
Yeah,
Station.
they produced one album, I know, and they probably have some of those left over that they may sell at the event. And it's a really good album. I listen to it all the time still. Actually, I made it skip. I listen to it. So, did I say album? Oh, I just aged myself. CD.
It's an album though.
So, yes, it's a family-friendly event, and it's a non-partisan event. So we definitely don't want people down there being all political rally, passing
that's
out
what
stuff.
Deke the
Oh,
usually does
yeah.
it with me. He was like, "So I can't go down and talk about libertarians."
No, because
He's also referred
here's
to by
why.
one of our guests as Chubbs. And he nicknamed his, which we find it's funny. It's a good joke.
Okay, I'll have to hear that.
You laughed at him. I'm telling him. He might be watching you right now. I said Chubbs and you laughed. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny.
There's a reason why we don't have politics involved, because Chillicothe Art League is a nonprofit organization. It's a 501c3, a tax exempt organization. We have to follow IRS rules. So we're not supposed to choose political parties. We're not supposed to choose candidates. So
Just
that's why
free spirited.
you can choose issues like save the public library and stuff like that if you want to, or levies and stuff like that. But sometimes those can get hairy too. So you alienate certain group of people if you bring in politics. But
Right.
that's one reason, and the other reason is grants. When you apply for grants, if they see that you're doing any kind of political activity, they won't give you the money. So if you just have to kind of keep it
Right,
community oriented and just sort of
Politics and religion
right.
always seem to be make a problem in things.
They do, and
For
so I try
sure.
to avoid,
Yeah, for
that.
sure. There's always a conflict in both.
because you can't keep everybody happy.
No, you can't.
Even without that, I can't keep everybody happy. So
Right. It's hard enough as it is. Yeah, and I didn't even get to try Alibaba's.
yeah.
Last year I didn't get to try it, but I'm going to this year.
Oh, you definitely should. What is it, that salad that I always get? It's the couscous. And he has, hummus and pita and some of the same stuff that one of our restaurants in town offers that you've not been to yet.
Right.
But that's all. It's really healthy food, and it's made with love. And his wife is a darling. I love her, and she makes these awesome dessert bars called Magic Carpet Ride. This is, and it's got M&Ms and caramel and granola and everything.
It's got like everything. It's a
Yeah.
magic carpet ride.
Yes.
It blows your mind, huh?
It does. So yeah, he's very popular on the Athens campus, and people wait to. They really want him to be at this event,
So they can get some of
right?
this food.
Because we don't get a lot of this food very often. It's something different for Chillicothe, and it broadens your cultural horizons.
Right. Yes. For sure.
Which is what art is all about.
For sure.
Let's see.
When you first did it, when you first started the Earth Gathering, did you think that it was going to be 15 years long running? Were you planning something like that, or were you just
That's
like,
a
let's
really
just
good
do this
question.
event, and then you're like, that went good, let's do it again?
Actually, at the time that I started it, that was 2000. It was the first year. I was thinking maybe there might be 12. That's what I was thinking.
12
So,
of 12 Earth Gatherings.
Yeah,
Why
that's
12?
my favorite number for one. But I kept going after 2012.
Why is that your favorite
Yeah.
number? Is it because everything in the cosmos is 12? Like
Yeah, I
12,
don't know why it is. It's just always been my favorite number.
12 months in a year.
I don't know why. Not sure why.
But
Just
you've
always liked that number.
exceeded that.
Yes, and I would like to continue.
Now you got to be
it.
looking at 25, 20 for sure. And then it'll be 25,
This is definitely a landmark event,
15 for sure, yeah.
and that's really why I'm hoping that everybody who's ever come to, 1 through 14, comes down and buys stuff. Don't just come down, buy something, because that's what makes the event continue.
I'm going to pull this. I'm wondering, I thought that was pulling it tight or something. It just needs tightened up on that.
I know.
So, sorry. I don't have a
See,
screwdriver.
it goes,
I know, it keeps dropping and...
but it's always been at the Pump House, and the Pump House has always been very supportive, no matter what director is in there.
So, is there always art in the Pump House
Oh,
all
yeah.
year long?
Oh, yes.
So it's open like during the day to go in and check out artwork?
Yes, I
or-
think they're closed on Mondays, but I do believe that, their general weekday hours are 11 to 4, and weekends, I may be wrong, but I thought that Saturday and Sunday was 1 to 4, but it may be Saturdays 11 to 4. But yeah, I think it's open every day but Monday.
So do you get good repeating supporters, like of the local businesses?
Yes, I do. I
so
really
you're getting
do.
good support from the community?
Yeah, I think they like the fact that it's down in the park, and it's not blocking off streets. It's not
Downtown.
preventing them
Their
from doing
business.
their business. And it's also, there's a map that, we encourage people to go downtown. You're encouraging the downtown, shopping too, while you're here in Chillicothe, and not just, don't just go to Earth Gathering. There are other things going on the same weekend. Well, it's usually the third weekend, but there's the Wildflower Pilgrimage out the Arc of Appalachia, and there it's usually that weekend is there are all kinds of different things going on. Well, Sugar Shack is that night.
Yeah, that was another thing I was gonna shout out.
Yes.
That's coming up.
And
Night
Paul
at the Sugar
Pollard
Shack.
is, he's involved with that too. He puts up the stage for that and does sound for that.
What night is that?
It's the 26th. It's the
Oh,
night,
the same night of the Earth
right.
Gathering. Okay.
It starts right about the time we're finishing up. So
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like that last year?
No, it was the Midwest Battle of the Bands, I believe. But
After the Earth Gathering.
maybe, yes, that's how it worked out the past several years. And Paul, he talked. We think that they complement each other. The events.
Yeah. So you leave leave the Earth Gathering. You head right up to the university.
Right. Or
And-
if you're not into, if you don't like the 60s
Would-
music, or if you don't want to do that, then you go downtown. But actually, Andy Shaw Band's not playing till 10 o'clock. So you can do all of them.
Yeah. We had a guest, Katie Large, on here that sings with the Weegians.
Yeah.
And they perform at the Sugar Shack.
Yes, they do. And they're also performing at the Pump House's big fundraiser that they're having May 17th, I believe. They're trying to raise money for that addition that's going out into the middle of the field.
Okay. So if people want to go, is all that on the Chillicothe Art League stuff?
No, but we are. But if you look up Pump House Center for the Arts, and I'm sure our Earth Gathering stuff is on the Pump House website. I'm pretty they help us promote that. It's good for them. They get a lot of traffic inside the Pump House, which helps them get grants. So it's, we're all trying to help each other out here.
For sure. So that's community.
Right. That's the idea of the community event.
Got each other's back. That's how it should be. A tight-knit community.
Right.
Okay, so to follow, I think that the local areas are on the Chillicothe Art League Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Chillicothe Art League, because I follow them and they are always posting what events are coming up in the area.
Right. That's me.
That's you?
Yeah.
That's you that runs
Yeah.
that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. This is the first year I haven't
So
been in
it was you
office.
that posted the thing that was the wrong number on it or something. That was you.
Yes, it was. What are you talking about? Yesterday?
I shared a poster and it had your number.
Oh, no, that wasn't me. That was the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I think it wasn't the wrong number. It was just my number, which I didn't want published.
Right.
So, my number's published everywhere anyway, but I just didn't want people to start calling me, because after a certain point, I don't take vendors. It's a juried event, So a judge decides who gets in, and I have to concentrate on promoting.
So you have like
I
a
always get
committee?
calls like 2 days before the event saying, can I sell my whatever?
Can I clean out my garage and come down and sell some stuff?
So that's just not the way it works. It's an art festival, so and it has a lot of restrictions.
Who's the judge? Like the judge? Is it somebody with the city, or
No, someone from outside the area that doesn't know.
they're just a neutral party?
They're neutral, but it's an artist. It's
Mhm.
usually an artist, and it's someone familiar with my event, so they know what my
What the people like?
yeah, or what this the selling point for Earth Gathering is it's affordable. It's handmade, affordable quality. It has to be quality, affordable quality artwork. So that's what you get, and that's why people like it.
So your hat's pretty quality.
Well, I would say, yeah, I like. This is my favorite hat. Is kind of my signature hat, the one people see me in a lot. I've had it forever, and it's reversible, but of course it's dingy on the inside now.
Cool.
But look at that. I mean, that's quality stuff right there.
That's handmade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like a velvet inside?
No, it's just, and she buys, or she doesn't buy her stuff. She gets her stuff from secondhand stores, and
Oh, the
material.
fabric.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
And on those cold Earth Gathering days, it keeps you warm.
Yeah. So she's probably done pretty good on a few of those cold days.
Yes, and that's why I think she's been coming since the beginning. Actually, we're having a slight changeover this year. There were two girls that worked together, and then they split off and did their own thing. They went separate ways, separate cities, but they still sell at the same
stuff.
festivals. But I only used one of the girls up until now, and she just moved to Nashville, which takes her outside the 100-mile radius. So the other girl is going to step in now, and she lives in Yellow Springs, so she's now taking over. But she also has great stuff. They have a lot of the same designs, is what I'm saying. They split up their inventory there, but
the tree.
one of them went a little more higher end. She uses leather, which may not necessarily be in conjunction or conducive to Earth Gathering, but
well, it depends.
yeah, I guess it depends.
It depends. If
Yeah.
you hunted the animal and you
I don't think
used
she
it,
did.
right? So that's where the difference is.
Right, and she was going higher end, but she was doing a lot of nicer festivals. Here's a picture of. Can you see this? Wind chimes.
Yes.
There's a lady that sells these are porcelain. That's just the temperature. It's the difference in temperatures that you cook the clay, or can't think of the word. But she makes these awesome, and they make great noises. The wind chimes. She was there last year, and she did very well. She's coming back again, and that's what happens.
So you've
got
had
a good product, you do well.
And you've had some people that have been there since the first.
Well,
or at least one.
I used to have one that had been there every year, but I lost her a couple of years ago because she had
At
to
12.
Maybe she had to go take care of her mom who was sick.
Oh.
But she comes back every so often. Some of them do that. They'll because you saturate the market sometimes. The same people come down and buy. They want some new things, and so maybe they might not buy your stuff again. So that's what you call saturating the market. So you take a break. You take a year off or 2 years and then come back, and people missed you. So
Right. Yeah.
people do that all the time.
Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, thank God you're
Musicians do
here
it all
this
the
year. Thank God.
Right.
All right. Well, we have about 8 minutes here. We're gonna wrap up, but So the Earth Gathering, the 15th annual Earth Gathering,
Yes, 15.
April 26th, 11 to 7, the Pump House Gallery and Lawn, Yoctangi Park, Chillicothe, Ohio. 15th annual good music, art, food, and fun. Things for the kids.
And it's free. free.
Free. And there's a lot of cool artwork for sure.
But please don't bring coolers in.
No coolers, no outside food or beverages.
Well, I don't.
Wait, can I bring my water?
You can bring a ham sandwich if you want to do that, but I don't want to see people pulling beer out because I will kick you out, and I have.
Yeah.
There's no alcohol.
He chose to remain anonymous, but she has a good-sized bodyguard that could take care of you if you want to start trouble. So
if you want a beer, go up and have one at Bub's or the Dock. Have two, and then come back down.
Or you can go and run the 5K right before you, and then you have a beer right after, and support PTSD as well. Like research for that.
Yes.
That'll be before. I'm not taking people away from the Earth Gathering.
Exactly. It's all about peace.
But I'm also sponsoring that thing as well. Yes.
So that's how you know the times.
Yeah. But definitely I'm going to the Earth Gathering for sure.
Yeah, it should be a really great day to be down in the park if you can find a parking place. You might want to park up downtown and just walk down and...
Yeah. See, it's a historical district. Mm-hmm. Right there's a lot of old stuff.
And I'm really hoping it's going to be T-shirt weather and sandals.
Yeah, hopefully. Like this weekend was.
Right, we're due. We haven't had a really nice one for a long time. So we're due.
Right.
And we need everybody to send out wishes and prayers and meditation for
vibes.
For a good festival.
Yes.
Of good weather.
Some good energies for a good festival. And I think we also need to have you on another time and talk about your art and more about that and some Zumba. We're going to talk about the Zumba a little bit, but
that'll be great.
I think it'd be a good podcast with your art and talking about
right.
that.
I can talk about art and Zumba. They're both art.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, or either one.
But
where it would be more, after the Earth Gathering, after we,
right.
That's behind us.
And I will be going into the studio and making some art and doing some new Zumba routines. After Earth Gathering right now, I'm really busy, but I still teach Zumba.
Right. You can say that. I don't think that you're going to get in trouble for saying that. Right?
Right.
I don't know. I didn't put any images up. All right. Well, we are going to be back again. Oh my God! I just shut my thing over. Next Sunday at 8:30. We do this every Sunday at 8:30, and this will be on YouTube, and we'll share the link for people to be able to see and come out and check out the Earth Gathering.
Yay!
And
shake your booty for peace.
All right. All right. Thank you, Shelley Pocock, for coming in. This was great.
Thanks, Jeremy.
I think that you did great, and you didn't seem to be nervous. All right. See you guys next Sunday. Maybe, if I have this. Oh, wait. I have no... See, this is how I suck. I already shut my... That was... All right, we're going out. And thank you guys for joining us on online as well. We had a lot of comments I couldn't keep up because somebody was trying to be funny, and I'll have to read these comments later for sure. I'm trying to shut it off here if I can find the right place. All right, there it is.